afternoon. I am Dom.
I am James.
And welcome back to the cutting room floor. Today, we're doing one that I bet a lot of y'all who clicked on this probably like, because this movie's quite popular. Made $166 million.
Really?
Yeah. I was kind of shocked with the box office numbers.
I watched the extended cut.
Oh,
Because they have an extended cut.
they do?
How long was the version you watched?
212.
Oh, this is 2:15. So it's only 3 extra minutes.
Probably,
Okay.
probably extra scene of some convulsing and shaking around.
That's probably all it is.
Oh.
More blood vomiting.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Like, I'd rather watch Last Voyage of the Demeter again.
Oh, wow. That's pretty. It's probably more fun.
Actually, I think it was.
It might have
Because it's like Alien on a boat instead of... anyway.
We'll get into this. So, we're doing Robert Eggers' 2024, which some of you are calling a modern masterpiece.
Really? Well, I could see
it
cinematic-wise.
Yes, it has its audience.
Yes,
I'm like, because there's a lot to like about this film. We're going to point it all out. But we're doing Nosferatu, Robert Eggers, who I'm a fan of. I'm a fan of Bobby Eggs.
Yeah.
You know, I love The Lighthouse. I love The Witch. And I like The Northman. I liked all the movies. This was a film. Let's get into some stats.
It was a film.
It was. It's a movie for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I watched it three times. But
really, you watched it 3 times?
It 3 times. I watched it, for the initial pleasure.
Yeah.
And I reviewed it.
Wait, pleasure? Is that the...
Well, I thought I was going to have immense pleasure watching it. Thought I was going to see some pleasure in it too. But this was not sexy.
Well, at the end, he kind of like came and went.
He came and went for sure. And people were like, this movie was sexy. I was like, this is not sexy.
But, okay. We'll probably talk about it.
Well, yeah, we'll get into it because
people love vampires.
Dude, you know I love vampires.
I know.
I love vampire fucking movies. There's some of my favorites are vampire films. Like, dude, Only Lovers Left Alive with Hiddleston and Tilda.
Yeah,
one of my all-time favorites. Going Overseas, Thirst from South Korea from Park Chan-wook, absolutely incredible. Let the Right One In from I think that's Sweden. Dude, some great
Twilight series.
Not gonna lie, bro. Twilight. All right. Look, I saw a couple. I saw the first 3 of them. All right, and I saw one of them in theaters. Now I was on a date, so.
Oh yeah, trust me. I saw all of them because of my wife.
Yep. See. That's.
I look at my watch because of how long ago it was.
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah.
Well, let's get into some stats. We'll talk about this thing. So, Rotten Tomatoes, 84. IMDb 7.3, pretty decent score.
Yeah.
Letterboxd 3.8. So people fuck with this movie.
Wow.
Critics and audiences fuck with this movie. I've heard split things because after I saw it, all right, so guys, I'm a huge vampire dude, but I'm not a Nosferatu guy. I hate the original one. I'm sorry.
Is it because
it's
you hate
slow
Max Schreck?
And silent? He's good in it. He's good. But
you're anti-German because of World War II and World War I?
I love Germany.
Okay.
I love Germany. I mean, Germany's fine. All the German people I've ever met are some of the nicest people I've ever met.
I think Nosferatu and like the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, they're like...
I like the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
It's all about like the set design and stuff, like that German expressionist, blah, 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 blah.
Caligari is a much better silent film to me. But I'm not crazy about silence. And the original Nosferatu is, that thing, it's only like an hour and like 20 minutes or something. It feels like 3. That thing is a slog. It's just like, I'm like, I'd rather just watch the little SpongeBob skit where he turns on the light.
Well, I think like that studio only ever made that film, and I guess it like bankrupted them making that movie.
Well, Bram Stoker's wife was trying to sue him.
Oh yeah,
because it is a remake of. So it is a property of Dracula, essentially.
Oh, it is. It's the same story.
It's the same story.
Like we were saying before we started recording, I was watching this thinking, Coppola did a better job.
He definitely did, bro. So halfway through it, when I first watched it, halfway through it, I'm like,
shouldn't his name be Jonathan, not Thomas?
Right? I'm like, I should just totally put on Bram Stoker's because that's my shit. And I'm like, that movie's got everything I love in vampire movies, and this had some of the stuff I like.
Dude, I admit, like, half this film, I was spacing out.
I'm sure
because I'm like, I've seen it all before.
Dead space in it too.
Yeah, there's no pun intended. There's dead space.
There's dead, bro. This movie did not need to go over 140.
That's where Orlok slept in the dead space.
Yep, in the dead space. This did not need to be 2+ hours.
And I feel like it was a waste of Willem Dafoe.
Is
that terrible?
I think so as well, although I liked his performance.
Yeah, I still think he gave his all.
Yep.
But, like, he wasn't in it as much as he should have been for as much as he put out.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it felt like he had to make up for the lost times. You know?
Yes.
Fuck it, let's get into it.
Yeah, please.
This movie it's essentially a remake that's been done 2 other times.
Yeah. Because 2 years ago they came out with like a 100th anniversary shot-for-shot remake of the original.
Wow, I didn't know that, but I know. I think it was Werner Herzog who did one in the 70s. So
he did like 79.
So this movie's been done a few times, and I can't say I love any of the adaptations. I'm like, maybe Nosferatu just ain't for me.
But I like the design of the original, like the Max Schreck version.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good.
I think that version of a vampire is like creepy and weird.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sort of what he looks like in Last Voyage of the Demeter, because he's like half bat, half human.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of missed that. Like in this film, he just looked like...
Oh, we'll get to how he looks. We'll talk about Orlok when we get there, because he's a lot to talk about. But on this third watch, I will say, he did become my favorite character.
Really?
Yes, because he's the most entertaining thing about the fucking movie. I'm like, when you're on screen, I'm not bored.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I think, where he's a dick. I have the worst characters, but
I mean, Nicholas Hoult gave his all.
Oh, he was incredible. I thought he was great. Oh yeah, I love Nicholas Hoult. Look, as far as the acting goes, I thought Nicholas Hoult was very good in this. I thought Willem Dafoe was good. I thought Bill Skarsgård was great for the little screen time he has.
Yeah, it's mostly his shadow.
Like 25, 30 minutes in a 2+ hour long movie.
His shadow's in it more.
You hear his shadow, you see his shadow, you hear his voice here and there. But it's like, dude. But I have my issues with Orlok, and we'll get there when we get to him. But I thought Dafoe was good. I thought Holt was good. I thought ATJ Aaron Taylor Johnson, not Anya Taylor-Joy, who probably should have been in this, but we'll talk about that later. I think he was good in the second half. The first half,
he was terrible.
I was questionable. I was like, dog, why does your British accent sound fake? You're British.
Yeah.
I was like, what's happening?
You're right. Once like Willem Dafoe came in,
he gets so much better at that point. I was like, yo, you just like 180s your acting. Like maybe he needed that veteran presence to bring it out of him. Like when Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill were doing Star Wars, they were like, dude, when Guinness wasn't on set, we were kind of goofing off. When he was on set, dude, we took it way more seriously. Like, really gave it our all. So it was like, when you had the veteran around, they're gonna force you to be better, because their performance is gonna force you to do decent, or you're gonna look like Keanu and Bram Stoker's trying to go to bat with Gary Oldman and Anthony Hopkins just getting slaughtered. I'm like, God, Keanu, this is not good company for you.
No, not at all. I'm like, Gary Elwes,
he was great. Incredible.
Billy Campbell was even good.
Like everybody else in this movie was great. I'm like, hell, Monica Bellucci was better than you, dog. Like everybody was better than you, Keanu. He was so miscast. I'm like, there was definitely some other like mid-20s like dudes you could have got back then that would have did a far better job.
Okay,
probably should have got Carrie to play his role.
Believe it or not, watching this film, I realized, because that was 33 years ago, Hugh Grant would have been perfect.
Oh, he would have been great.
Yeah,
he would have been great.
Because like
he's already British,
and like I was telling you, Nicholas Hoult, his performance reminded me of like that era of Hugh Grant. So I was thinking, man, he should have been in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah, he probably should. That would be a great recap.
Because that would have been like Four Weddings and a Funeral era.
And a Funeral, yep.
Yeah.
He would have been perfect.
Fuckity fuck.
But man, like, so yeah, I thought, like I said, Nicholas Hoult was good. Defoe, Skarsgård. Since we're talking about the actor, fuck it. I'm going to say it right now. I don't care. Yeah, a lot of y'all don't want it. I thought she was terrible.
With the body of a 12-year-old boy.
Man, I thought she was bad. Like, I think she's a cute girl. She has great skin. She's cute.
Yeah.
But first of all, the way they did her hair in there, they ain't do her no favors, bro. They gave her a 5-head crazy. I was like, yo, I've watched Lily Rose and shit. I do not remember her head being this big. And I'm like, it's this style. They got these weird, like, parted bang things. I guess
it's
so
that
it's
1830 stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, it fits the time now. Like, obviously, there's good things we're going to talk about this movie. So, guys, don't think we're about to beat this thing to death. We're going to punch it a few times, but we ain't going to beat it to death. It's going to be alive when we're done because it's not the worst movie ever.
Even, like, what's her name? Emma Corrin, like, looked better than her.
I thought so too, and I don't even think she's that cute.
And I'm used to seeing her bald in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't even think she's all that, but I didn't like the way they had Lily's hair in there. It was driving me. The costuming's awesome, but
honestly, there's so many. Yeah, like you said, there's so many great things about it. It's just
that's what keeps you going through it.
Yeah,
because
the set design, the costume,
the acting, that gets you through it. But you're like, man, I've been watching for 45 minutes. I feel like not a fucking thing has happened.
Yeah,
I was like, bro, it takes too long for Nicholas Hoult to get to Orlok's castle. I'm like, it takes like 35 minutes to get. I'm like, we should have been there in the first 15 minutes.
I do love like what he does with lighting.
Oh
like,
yeah,
like all the night scenes are like
they look legit.
Yeah,
and time period appropriate.
And because of like, I guess the moonlight, like it's always a full moon. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
everything almost looks black and white.
It does,
and it's incredible.
I'm like, this is some of the like best gray work I've seen because the whole movie's gray, but it really works.
And that fireplace when he first gets to the castle,
oh man,
incredible how it illuminates everything.
That shit was sick. Yeah, and and at the end, bro, like when the sun finally comes out, the way it washes away the gray is crazy.
Yeah,
I was like, that's what I'm like. Listen, guys, there's some shit we're gonna talk about that is good about the film. But back to what we were talking about.
That's right.
Lily Rose, I'm sorry. Everybody's sitting here saying she should have got an Oscar nomination.
Really?
Yes, people were saying that. No. There's a reason she didn't. Okay? Because this movie got Oscar noms.
Really?
So, yeah, for cinematography and shit like that. Costuming. Yes, the technical categories.
Yes.
If anyone was getting a nom for this movie, it would have to be Bill Skarsgård or Nicholas Hoult. One of them, not Lily Rose. Even though I liked ATJ at the end in the second half, not him.
But Bill Skarsgård is almost like he'd have to be like a supporting actor.
He would be a supporting actor.
Absolutely, like Nicholas Holt's film.
Yeah, Nicholas. I'm like, I felt like he was the lead, and I was like, I thought Lily Rose was supposed to be a lead. I'm like, there's a lot of time you don't see her.
Yeah.
And you spend a lot of time with Nicholas Hoult. My favorite shit is Nicholas Hoult and Orlok hanging out.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to call it hanging out.
Yeah.
Their interactions at the castle, because that was the most interesting shit to me. And then after that, it goes dead for a minute until Holt gets back, really, it goes dead. And that's like a good 30 to 40 minutes. I'm like, man, I remember I was first watching, I was sitting there like, any minute this shit is about to start getting fired. I was literally thinking that for an hour. Like, I'm like, and I'm sitting
for 60 minutes, you're like, any minute.
I'm like, bro, this shit about to start picking up, man. I done heard all this good shit. I know this about to be one of the best. It's just a slow burner, no problem.
Yeah, I kept thinking that too. Like, it's not like a Blade Runner 2049 kind of slow burn.
No, that's
and if it was, it would have been better.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Whew, that movie. I just watched that not too long ago. I love that fucking movie so much. So good. But and it's the thing, it's like it's not a terrible film. It's so well made. I have to give it its respect.
Yeah.
I will give it its respect. Like when I score it, I'm not gonna give it an F or anything, guys. Like, don't think I'm about to just rip this shit apart. But there is a lot not to like.
I'm gonna give it a Z,
and
because I fell asleep.
Yeah, Z's. They were coming off my face. But Lily Rose, I'm sorry, guys. I just don't think she was that good. Any actor her age that like any hot chick right now, Saoirse Ronan, Florence Pugh, Anya Taylor-Joy, Mia Goth, any of them chicks could have played this role and did a better job. I'm just keeping it real. Anybody can, them chicks can learn to contort their body that way and stick out your tongue and let drool come out your mouth and roll your eyes and shake around and have little mini seizures and shit.
I had to think of who I recast because I'm like, wait, who did I even recast?
I know who I got, but I'm like, listen. She was the parts where she wasn't possessed. She was fine. She was fine in the normal shit. Her accent was good. Like I thought she was fine. But all the shit people love about the performance was the shit I thought was terrible. I'm like her at the beginning, shaking, having fake orgasms in the grass and shit. That didn't impress me. It didn't impress me. I'm sorry, guys. I was not impressed by that. If y'all think y'all want to see a good possession horror movie performance of recent years, watch Hereditary. Watch Toni Collette. That's a performance.
Toni Collette is incredible.
Oh, she's incredible.
Did you watch Velvet Goldmine yet?
Not yet. Okay. I actually watched that this week because I saw something that really made me want to watch it. So I was like, watch that. But yeah, but it's sitting on, it's waiting for me. But yeah, if you guys thought this performance was great, I mean, I would be curious to know what other performances you guys think are great. So drop in the comments if you like this performance. What other horror performances you like from ladies? Because I'm just curious to see, because I think the chick from the movie Possession, 1981, I can't remember the actress's name right now. I think that's a good possessed, portrayal.
Oh, obviously The Exorcist.
Yeah, the Exorcist. Oh my God. Yeah. And we're talking about a kid here.
Yeah, yeah.
What's her name? Blair, something Blair.
Oh my God. Linda
Blair. Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to say Selma Blair, but I know that's
about to say that. I was like, that's definitely not Selma.
Selma Blair was in Hellboy.
Yeah, I was like,
Cruel Intentions.
Cruel Intentions are the sweetest thing.
Yeah,
too big to fit in here. I know you've seen that, haven't you? Sweetest thing. No. You gotta watch that, bro. It's Cameron Diaz, Selma Blair, and Christina Applegate, bro.
Okay,
it's an early 2000s chick flick, but it's funny as shit.
Is Tom Jane in that? Thomas Jane, the guy who was the Punisher, and
I think he is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you should watch this one.
Okay.
Christina Applegate's great too.
Oh yeah.
But and this is like peak Cameron D too. You know what I mean? If we can, peak Cameron D. I ain't saying that's not great.
Yeah.
But, she had her. She had her little moments. Charlie's Angels and shit like that. She was going stupid.
The Mask.
She was, bro.
That was her
she
first
was
movie.
Looking now. Whoa, in the Mask. Everybody's like, "Who the hell is this?"
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mask is. I love that movie. It's classic. But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. So I'm sorry if you love Lily in this movie. I don't. That's just my personal opinion. My opinion don't matter. But I'm telling it to you.
Yeah.
So let us know how you felt about that performance in particular. I'm very curious to know. And then
I kept missing Winona Ryder, believe it or not.
Yeah, I was too. I was like, I just want Mina.
Yeah.
Give me Mina.
Yeah.
That's who I wanted. And you know whose performance I really like, but they're a very secondary character? Dr. Severs.
Was he the guy with Thomas and oh my God.
He was
with Willem Dafoe. He was the guy with
yes.
Yeah, he was good.
I loved him. I thought he was hilarious.
Yeah, he was actually a good character.
Yeah. I laughed at a lot of the acting.
He's the guy that was like, tie her up.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
No, that was him. That was him.
Yeah.
Tie her up, hit her with the ether.
Yeah, hit her with the ether. Yes.
One of my favorite parts was when the weird fake Renfield dude. Knock.
Yeah, Thomas's boss.
Right? Yeah. When he was in the little holding cell in the hospital and he bites that bird's head off, and he's like, "My good fellow, why did you do that?" I just started laughing so fucking hard when he said that because he was just so casual watching this dude bite this bird's head off. I was like, okay, but I laughed at a lot of the acting, a lot of they weren't supposed to be funny. I was laughing because I was like, this is so overdone. I thought Lily Depp overdid it a lot. I thought Taylor Johnson overdid it a lot. I thought even Willem Dafoe in a couple scenes, I thought he overdid it. But
yeah, he really did.
I was like,
especially like when they kill the dude you were talking about.
When they kill him,
he's really like,
yeah. I'm like, all right, guy, relax.
Yeah, it almost sounded like he was worshiping Orlok at that point too.
Right, he was tripping. Yeah. He was good though overall, but there was a couple scenes. I was like, all right, well, calm down, feller. I was like, this shit's so overacted in some parts, but some parts I was impressed with the acting. mostly Nicholas Hoult and Bill Skarsgård. I thought their interactions were actually very good. So this movie, this ain't gonna be long because there's a lot of dead space.
Yeah.
So it starts out, Ellen, Lily Rose's character, she's in like a grass field wishing for somebody to come and fuck her because that's all this chick really wants. At the end of the day, this is a movie about a horny ass chick who just really needs dick all the time.
Yeah, in the 1800s when women were repressed.
When we're repressed, yep. Yes. She was like, I need some dick, dog. She was like, I need it. So much so that she essentially prayed for it from the dark gods. And she got it.
Yeah.
You know, Orlok came through, beat it up, and, you know, and bounced out. And, you know, he was like, I'm going to keep you in my back pocket for later. But then she gets married to Nicholas Hoult, Tommy. And Orlok's pissed. He's like, how's she going to marry somebody else? That's my pussy, bro. Yeah. I don't care if I don't fuck her for 5 years. That's mine. You ain't about to take my pussy. That's literally what it is, guys. And I know I'm being silly here and saying some ridiculous stuff.
But you're right.
But that's what it is. Orlok is like, you belong to me no matter what you do. And if you think you're just going to marry some freaking dude, you're wrong. So Orlok hires, I guess he's essentially his familiar, essentially the Renfield character. His name is Knock. He's hideous. He's weird.
Yeah.
But I thought the actor was pretty good. He tripped me out a lot, but he was funny at parts. But he basically tells Thomas is, was he, a realtor?
I guess he's working for like maybe
like some kind of firm. It's like a real estate firm. Or something.
It's either a real estate firm or like lawyers. Office.
Yeah, I was like,
I think they're like solicitors or something.
Something like that. But he's summoned.
It said on the door when he went to work, because it had in subtitles, you know, what it was in German. Because it takes place in German.
Yeah, it's German, even though everyone sounds British and speaks English.
Yeah. Like, have you ever watched Sound of Music? It takes place in Austria.
You're right. You're right. Everyone sounds English and speaks English.
Yeah.
But whatever. That didn't bother me so much. But so he gets called upon to go see the Count Orlok, because he wants to buy some property out that way, and he'll be rewarded handsomely if he does. When we already know as an audience what this is, because you feel the Bram Stoker's vibe real hard.
You do.
You're like, okay, so this is Keanu Reeves, and he's about to go and get sucked on by a vampire.
Which is probably the most sexual moment.
It is. That's why I was like,
especially the way like Orlok's body's oscillating.
Bro, I literally said that. Me and my friend were like, yo,
this is the most homoerotic thing.
Yep. I was like, I felt the most sexuality in the film between the two men. I was like, I felt like Orlok was kind of attracted to Thomas, and he didn't want to let him leave, and he kept sucking. He could have killed him at any moment.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. He says he can't kill him for whatever reason. Oh, because she's married to him. He does say it. Because he's married to her, she has to leave him willingly. He can't kill him. He does. Okay. He does say that at some point. So never mind. So he couldn't kill him, but he could have been meaner to him.
Yes.
He fed him. You know?
Yeah.
He gave him his own little, you know, it wasn't the best setup, but he did put the rats in there with him. But, he did some stuff to him. He fucked with him. Okay, he fucked with him. Yeah. But it could have been worse, you know? It could have been way worse.
It was just a weird scene.
It was weird. It was weird.
And then when it shows, like, that scene at the end with her, I'm like, he seemed to be more into it when it was
him. Yeah, that's what I was like. And he was like, he's like, I'm really over this pussy. I'm just possessive. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it seemed like.
Yeah.
I didn't tore you up enough, bro. He's like, but your man's over there, something new.
Yeah.
You know, that's really what I was like. He jumped up, you know, he's got his dick all out for him and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, he wanted to see it.
Like out of his coffin there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Skarsgård, he mailed that prosthetic to Nicholas Hoult as a joke. Like after this, that's funny as hell. I was like, wow. I'm glad I got a sense of humor. It sounds like they had a lot of fun working together doing them scenes.
Yeah, I believe
Bill and Hoult. I'm like, I believe it too. But I will say this. So like, he had to go through some weird shit to get to the castle, which we didn't need. The whole like tribal ritual shit that was going on. We didn't need to see all that. That was such filler.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't need all that.
Yeah, we didn't need to see them like killing a vampire.
And then like...
And the old woman.
Yeah.
Pray.
I was like, okay, this is strange. Like, it's whatever. Like, it just... had no bearings on the film, really. It didn't.
No, because he's not going to heed their warnings anyway.
Yeah, I'm like, he's out. I mean, they stole his horse and like, I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, because then he's walking, but then the carriage comes to him.
Carriage comes, picks him up.
There's so many weird
dogs. And
I do love the editing, but like the cuts are kind of like, what the?
I was like, why? I was like, because the edit, like you said, the editing is good. They just missed it on what to chop and cut. Yeah, I'm like, we could have cut that whole scene either down a lot or out completely. Because I'm like, it would have just helped with the pacing of the movie so much.
Who cares about the innkeeper?
Yeah, seriously, like, for real, for real, like, so he's there, and like, I will say, God, this place is beautiful. The way the set designs are insane. Like you said, the fireplace and how it like lit everything up.
Yeah.
Dude, all the costuming is fucking great. All the props are so cool. The cups they're drinking out of. And the way he lit those rooms, it was so authentic. It reminded me of a Stanley Kubrick movie called Barry Lyndon. And that movie looks like a painting. And like this movie had, not that it necessarily looked like a painting, it was just, he so made it look so natural with everything, and it just, the vibe of it reminded me of that movie. That movie's 100 times better, and it's 3 hours long, but it reminded
Ryan O'Neal, right?
Yes, yeah, kills it in there. But he's there, and he knows something's off, but he got to get that bread, but he knows that this dude wants his girl. He's all asking about her, and he's like, she's lovely.
Yeah, and then he asks to see
locket with
my locket.
He's like, you have my locket, sir. And
yeah,
he's like,
yeah,
dude. And I'm like, so let's talk about Orlok now that we're here.
His voice
made me want to kill myself.
Yeah, just spit it.
I was like, why is he talking so slow? I was like, speed it up, buddy. He was talking so slow. It was actually kind of hard to understand him at some points. Yeah. Because I'm like, I actually don't know what you said because you said it so fucking slow. I'm like, it sounds like you said 8 words that I think was 1 word.
Yeah, he's drawing out
syllables
and
yeah. I thought the voice was good. He just needed to pick up the speech pace. That was my problem with him. That was my only problem with him, though, as a actor, as acting, and as the character. I thought he was too ugly. I think they could have made him a little more handsome.
Yeah,
because it's not convincing that this chick would want him. Like, there needed to be some push and pull between the two.
Yeah, and some kind of attraction.
Yes, she was very like, fuck you.
And by the time he finally gets to her at the end, he's like half decomposed.
I'm like, this dude's disgusting. I'm like, he's about to die anyway.
I thought like usually in vampire lore, and I could be wrong, so please let me know.
No, you're probably right.
Like when you feed, like he was feeding on Thomas, wouldn't that
supposed to replenish? Yes, it usually makes you look better. Like vampires, when they don't eat for a while, they look weak and kind of. Once they eat, get some good blood, especially some young blood from a guy like him. Oh, he was. I mean, clearly he still can get up and do shit, but I would feel like, man, wouldn't it fill in some of your skin where like you've rotted?
Yeah, but instead of showing
like open up your body, almost like Hellraiser, even like the more he fed, the more he grew. It's like it's just like a human person. Like you eat a lot, you get bigger, you fill out more,
and that's how it was in the last voyage of the Demeter. Like the more he fed on that crew, the more human he became.
Yeah, that's typically how it goes. So. That's why I was like, man, he looks, and I know he's supposed to be super old, and like, they say vampires don't age. Like they do age, just very, very slowly. Yeah. So if you're 4,000 years old, you're gonna look a little bit old. Yeah.
Yeah, you might look maybe 100.
100. Yeah. 150.
But you're 4,000.
Mm-hmm. It's like, there's a lot like that. Some of the younger vampires that are like 200 and 300, like they still have that youthful look that they had from whenever they got turned. But when you can start getting the 4 digits, you got some aging spots.
So like Kirsten Dunst in Interview with a Vampire would probably still look 11.
She would probably be looking like by the time she was 2000, she might look 30.
Yeah.
But she's gonna be short.
Yeah, because she would have stopped.
She would have stopped growing. Yeah, like she was like probably 4'7" in that movie. You know what I mean?
And speaking of Interview with the Vampire,
great film.
Like the way that Orlok was sucking on Thomas, it reminded me of like Tom Cruise's obsession
with Brad Pitt. Man,
Louis
Lestat. I'm like, man, He loved that boy. I mean, Brad Pitt was very pretty in that film.
He was, yeah.
He had that was hair. That was 93? Like 93 or 4, yeah. I was maybe 95. It was early 90s for sure.
Yeah.
That was
it was before 7.
Brad Pitt, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was right before 7. Yeah, it was like right before. Brad was He was already on his way to being a heartthrob, even after Thelma and Louise. They were like, what's good? Who's this guy?
I know it was after Cool World.
Oh, my God. I've been wanting to watch that lately because that's 92, I think.
Yeah. 2 Ralph Bakshi.
Yep. And, I like Ralph Bakshi.
I know you do.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
Fritz the Cat's my shit. The Coonskin. Yeah. It's like all those joints are good.
He actually, believe it or not, the last 2 seasons of the 60s Spider-Man cartoon, he was the main... Like
he's
director,
the director, really? That's I mean, he's a great cartoonist. He knows how to make some good animated shit. Like I like all his movies I've seen. He's good. He's funny, and he's not afraid to be racy. I love that.
He also did like Lord of the Rings, an animated version of. Yeah.
Oh, he was working.
It was either Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, or it was both. Like it might have been like The Fellowship and The Hobbit. I think he did an animated version of in the late 70s.
That's kind of dope.
And Fire and Ice. Did you ever see Fire and Ice?
The dragon movie?
It's animated. It's based on like Frank Frazetta paintings.
I know what it is. I've never seen it.
It's actually really good.
I was like, it looked all right.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch that. So yes, he was not sexy at all. Like his look was weird. I'm glad. The one thing I can appreciate about it is he tried to do something different. So I'm like, that's cool. He tried to do something different. Mustache wasn't it.
No,
the mustache was not it.
Because he barely had any hair on top.
Exactly. He's decaying, but this motherfucker can grow the thickest, fullest mustache.
Yeah.
Like, he got Mustache Rives mustache. Yet this dude ain't got no skin. Like, come on, bro. You ain't convincing me he can grow any hair anywhere on his fucking body.
That was so frustrating.
A lot of people had an issue with the mustache, myself included. I thought it was weird. It was a weird look. It made him look porno-y. I don't know.
Maybe it was supposed to.
Maybe that wasn't giving him the sex appeal he needed, though.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So
if it was 1975, maybe.
Maybe if he had more skin. Because he had holes all in him. You can see his motherfucker's ribs. I'm like, you don't eat it all.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, and of course, like, Gary Oldman and like the way they ran Bram Stoker's, he looked shitty when Keanu got to him.
He did,
but as he fed and prepped to go to Mina, he got hot.
Yeah,
so I'm like, you're supposed to get kind of sexy. Like Mina wanted him. She was like, well, maybe I want this motherfucker a little bit.
Maybe because we're the audience, we didn't see it. Maybe Dracula. Maybe he whoever he's after sees him differently.
That could be right.
Like a glamour.
Yes, like a glamour. Which a lot of vampires do use glamours. You could be right. So it could be. You could absolutely be right. It could be a glamour situation. So why the fuck can't he get one?
Well, maybe because we're the audience, we weren't glamored. Yeah,
I don't think they were either.
Because they never showed like what she really saw.
Looked like she saw what we saw.
Yeah,
she didn't want no parts.
Yeah,
she wanted no parts, and I'm like. That's weird that there was no kind of push-pull there. Like, that's kind of the crux of it all. And that's what made it feel very lifeless, which vampires are lifeless, but blood is warming. And so that's why they're after it. And there was no warmth in this film. I wanted her like, shit, do I want Orlok a little bit? Do I still have a thing for him? Do I, like...
But she never really met him, even though they were together.
Yeah, you're right. But that's what like she had no desire to.
Yeah,
and I'm like, true. Man, you wouldn't want to meet the guy was like, dicking you down in your dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want a little bit of that, get him in real life. Or I'm like, she wasn't impressed with the prosthetic, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I just felt like Ellen should have had. I'm not saying full design. I'm not saying she should have been like, you know what, fuck Thomas, I want to be Orlok. No.
Yeah.
But I think there should have been a little bit of maybe, like, because Mina had that little bit of, ooh, he is kind of, like when she sees Gary Oldman standing across the street, she's like,
oh, yeah, like, he had those glasses.
He had his glasses, he had the hair, the hat. He was looking fly as hell, yeah. And I'm like, man, and that's what I'm like, I felt like they got all the costuming right, but I'm like, man, it was a missed opportunity to get some dope costumes for Orlok because like all his shit looks all ragtag and shitty.
Yeah, he looks worse than the peasants in the village.
Yeah, right. I'm like, the motherfuckers who about ready to eat these rats that came off the ship is dressed better than this dude.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so Orlok is there. I know we're just fucking cracking up here because like, I'll tell you, this movie is very dead at points. So Orlok, this is one of the best scenes though, when Orlok and Thomas are hanging out. He feeds off this dude every night, bro. He's sucking on his chest and he's got marks on him and like he is chewing this motherfucker up. And but it felt more sexual than anything else in this film.
Yeah.
I was like, I think Orlok wants to fuck him a little too. He's like,
he might have. We don't even know.
He might have. He was like, I woke up and there was marks on my chest and my anus was sore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and bleeding. And then he started sucking.
And then he sucked that anus blood, yeah. Started sucking.
That's what replenished him.
Yo, yes, that's what got him. That would have been a better film. I don't know. But
Nosferatu sucks ass.
Yep, sucks ass. Literally. Yep, that's the sequel.
Yeah.
But but hey, Thomas is pretty smart and he's tougher than the movie wants you to think because he does figure out how to escape, dude. He gets out and them dogs are trying to get him when he goes out the window and shit.
Then he just falls into the water.
I was like, well, I'm glad you were Michael Phelps.
Yeah, yeah.
Most people probably would have died.
Yeah.
But okay. Cool. You fell like 100 feet up.
Yes,
I was like, bro.
I couldn't believe it. When he fell, I couldn't believe he fell.
Me too. I was like, oh, he's going to shimmy over.
Yeah.
Find a way down.
Nope.
I was like, okay.
He's like, oh, shit, because it's snowing.
Yep. He's like, fuck it. So then you go through and you see Ellen.
That's who it is anyway.
Basically, right?
Yeah.
So Ellen is very slowly, changing and having these dreams come through, and Orlok is starting to get in touch.
He's like, only
dream of me. Yep. Yeah. And she's staying with the homie Frederick and Anna. They're like their best couple friend. Frederick is Anya Taylor-Joy. I mean, fuck, Aaron Taylor-Johnson.
She was Frederick?
She was Frederick.
Let's just say Craven the Hunter.
Craven the Hunter. There you go. Craven, Yeah. Probably the worst example of a Aaron Taylor movie we could pick. Because I actually love Aaron Taylor. He's a good actor. Yeah, I was like, I like him a lot. I want him to play Bond. But he was interesting at first, but he does get a lot better as the movie goes on. I'll say that.
He does.
But Thomas gets back and they've been watching Mina, and Mina been going, Ellen. And Ellen been going crazy with these dreams and possessions. And we see a lot of scenes of Lily Rose shaking and spitting and yeah. I wasn't impressed.
No.
Like the part where she's screaming and she starts slowly ripping her dress off. I'm like, I just laughed, bro. I'm cracking up.
Yeah,
like,
and
this is so ridiculous.
And it's sad because that's probably the best that she could do. And like you said, there are other actresses of that age that are higher caliber now.
They are.
Like
I think Anya Taylor was supposed to play her, but she was busy. I think she was probably doing Furiosa.
Yeah, because I think that took a while.
Yeah, because she's Robert Eggers' girl. She's in all of his movies. So I'm like, that's his bitch, and that's what he wanted. And that would have just been such a much better choice. I believe so. I am an ATJ fan, so
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yep, him and Anya Taylor. Like, so you could call me biased there a little bit, but I just and I like Lily Rose. I actually think she's a pretty decent actress. It's not that I don't like her. I just didn't think she was great. I thought her look was there for the role, though. She looked old timey.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I thought the look was right. Like, and that, like we said, the costuming, it's fucking incredible, dude.
Yeah,
like those big old dresses
and the music too.
The music was good. That's something like there's all the filmmaking techniques in here are right. Cine's on point. Score is on point. Acting is mostly on point. Like I said, the look, all that is there. It's just the script. Like some of the dialogue it's old timey dialogue, which don't bother me that much. It ain't like we're watching Romeo and Juliet here, but it's 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 questionable. Some of it. Some of the lines are questionable. Thought the script was weak. Thought it was weak. We could have did a lot better. I don't know if Eggers wrote this.
He did. Adapted from the original.
That's right. It's adapted screenplay, of course, which I'll give him a pass there because he is doing something new.
But he's
written much better.
Yeah.
He's written much better. Like The Witch. Oh, love that damn screenplay. And that's another old-timey ass movie, another 8. Shit, that might even be 1600s.
He said in recent interviews, like, he's never going to do a film where people are, like, on cell phones and stuff.
Yeah, which all his movies are very heavy period pieces. Yeah. Like, very detailed, intricate, different period pieces. This ain't, Downton Abbey or nothing, but this is Carrie. That's definitely not Carrie. But, oh no, Carrie and the Witch definitely, they'd be actually not bad companion pieces. Because, like, Anya Taylor's character in The Witch is kind of, like, outcasted, like Carrie is, and, like, she's got... Yeah, anyways, we'll have to do The Witch one day. It's a great film. But, man, we go through and we see just... the Dr. Savers, who I love. I thought he was great. Him and Willem Dafoe and Aaron Taylor just screaming at this girl, and she's shaking around, and they're throwing holy water, and they weren't, but they tie her up, and they ether her, and like they go back and forth about what to do with
Albin.
Albin, yeah, that's
Willem Dafoe's name.
Yep, Albin. Yeah. Albin knows what's up though. Albin does. He knows what's happening here, and they don't want to believe him, of course, just like they want to believe Van Helsing. And till they start,
he is the Van Helsing character.
He is the Van Helsing character, yeah. So they're like, okay, you're a kook, you're washed up, until it starts getting too bad. They're like, all right,
the leg of Nosferatu.
And so Nosferatu's like, you know what? I got a trip to make. He hops on a boat and brings like 20,000 rats with him. I think they said there was 3,000 rats they had on set. And they were like, the rats were actually pretty well behaved, but they're like, that poop.
I believe it.
All you smelled was rat shit. And I'm like, oh my God, that would be too much.
That would be. Just that one scene where
they're coming off.
Well, not that one. The one where the three of them have the torches and they go to where they think the coffin is.
God.
And they're just all there.
It was just... I was like, "Oh, that's a lot of Rizzies."
Yeah, Ratso
Rizzo. Yep, I was like, a lot of rats.
Hey, I'm walking
here. Yo, some chick. I almost said the B word. Some chick almost hit me with her goddamn car the other day. I'm walking in Target. I'm literally right in front of her car. She just starts backing up. I just smacked this bitch's trunk with my hand.
Wow.
I literally was like, I'm walking here.
Wow.
I put a New York accent and everything on.
Wow.
She was like, I was like, bitch, you could have killed me, bro. If you would have entered me, bro, I would have.
And now that Target got rid of their DEI stuff, they couldn't have done anything.
They couldn't have did a damn thing. They're like, fuck this inclusion shit.
Yeah.
But
that's terrible.
It is. But
wow.
Anywho, so Orlok comes through and he goes and tells Ellen, he's like, look here, bitch. You got 3 days. Or you make a decision, either you come willingly or I'm fucking everything up and I'm taking your ass. So you tell me, you make the decision. So essentially, it's her job to save the town.
Yeah, it is. And I guess that's what Albin is all about. It's like, it's on
the sacrifice, the greater good. He does pretty much tell, like, your purpose is much higher than, you know what I mean? And so, because he brings all these rats, and the rats bring the plague, and it gets bad. Like, dude, like, Orlok does do some cool shit. First of all, the scene, we got to talk about the shadow of the hand going over the town.
Oh, yeah. That's a great scene.
Incredible editing.
Honestly, any scene with his shadow.
Yeah.
Even when he, like, opens the door.
I'm like, that shit, dude.
Just his hand.
God, that set design looks so sick. I was like, the look of this film is so there. It's not even funny how they got everything to look right. I think the prosthetics they used on him were incredible. The makeup and all that, it's good. It's just not what I would have wanted for this, but it's good.
In the beginning, when she's asking, when she's praying to have someone, whatever. Mm-hmm. And it shows his shadow like on her drapes, but they're blowing. So his shadow is moving with the drapes. Like, it's not like, it's not really there. Incredible.
Thick. Yeah. Like, there's so many.
The shadow was like the best part of the movie.
It really was. Like, I did think Orlok every time he was around or his presence was around, that's when the movie was most interesting.
And those villagers did say to watch out for a shadow. They told
They
Thomas.
did. Yep, they did.
Yeah.
And you got to watch out for it.
Yeah.
But he tells her, you got 3 days, bitch. And she's like, oh, shit. And so he brings all the rats that off this boat because he eats this dude on the boat, which everybody was like, it was like a jump scare. First of all, this movie's not scary at all. I wasn't scared once.
Because you already know the story.
Yeah, I didn't jump once. Even the parts from people like, oh, I jumped here. I was like, that was not scary. Like when he kills that dude on the boat, it looked cool. I liked it. Yeah. But it wasn't scary. Like
you knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, like a bunch of people were like, oh man, when he did that, I was like, oh, I was just like, yep. I was like, yeah. So
you've never seen Dracula,
right?
Or heard the story.
It's insane. Like, there's much scarier vampire movies if you want to get scary. But he brings these rats out, bro, and they start fucking shit up. And unfortunately, Orlok does some cool stuff. He kills ATJ's kids, Frederic. Oh, he kills his daughters
and his
wife.
Yeah,
which was pretty cool. Because I'm not gonna lie, his kids were annoying.
They were those poor little girls.
I felt bad for them.
Clara and Louise.
Was that their names?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he says when he goes into the.
That is right. That's what he says.
Clara, Louise.
But it was so dope how like the way when he walks in and the way Orlok's chewing on the one's neck and he just drops her on the floor.
Oh my god,
that was one of the best scenes. I was like, oh, that's dope.
It kind of shows like his lack of empathy,
care. I was like, I was like, he has no fucks given. No women, no kids, right? He's like, that's my first target.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going for all the women and kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, because I will say, I was like, I do like that Eggers took that there because I think after Terrifier 3, people aren't afraid to kill kids in horror movies, and I love it because there's a pretty gruesome kid death in Terrifier 3. They don't show it on screen, but you fucking know what happens, and you're like, yo, this motherfucker just chopped a little kid's legs off with an axe. Wow. You know? And so it's like, dude, and he blows up a bunch of little kids in a mall too.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. So I'm like,
well, around Christmas, don't you want to do that anyway?
That's exactly what he does.
Yeah.
It's funny as shit. But like, I do like that Eggers took it there. I like that he showed it. Because like, even in Terrifier 3, it's very implied, but they don't really show the kids dying.
Yeah.
You might see some body parts from whatever. They won't show them dying. I mean, it was kind of dark, so it's not like you're seeing blood squirt out or anything, but like, yo, this motherfucker was chewing on that little girl's neck.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's pretty dope. I was like, I do.
And his stature, I guess.
Dude, because Bill Skarsgård is tall and like, kind of lanky and trippy.
Yeah.
He was perfectly, like, he did a good job, man. Like, minus the slowness of his speech, I really love what he brought for this. I was like, why are you only in this movie for 25 minutes? Yeah. I was like, if you were in this movie for an hour 10, this movie would be so much better. Because that was all the entertaining shit when he was there.
Yeah.
Nothing entertaining.
That's when things move forward.
Yes. He propels the story.
Yeah.
So he pops up for 5 minutes in each act, essentially.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's annoying as hell. And I'm like, come on, man. We needed more of them, truthfully. But I was like, that slow speech, though, he's driving me crazy. But
I felt like I was at work.
Oh man, I bet dealing with he is elderly.
Yeah, he is.
Very elderly.
That's why I'm kind of like, I understand, like,
I feel his pain.
Like, Thomas, wait, you want to do this now? Are you sure you don't want to wait? Because you're looking pretty rough.
Yeah, right.
You don't want to rest first?
Yeah, rest up, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Orlok comes through and what's his name comes back, Tommy comes back, and Frederic is done with Ellen and him because Ellen's been driving him fucking crazy. He can't stand the girl.
Yeah.
He can't. She even calls him out. And I'm like, bro, I don't blame him. Ever since you've been here, this dude's life's been hell.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you kind of suck. But so he kicks him out and basically.
And then Albin's like, what the fuck did you do?
Yeah. He's like, you're insane. And he's like, well, we got to go see him. But there's a scene where, essentially, like I said, this movie, the whole thing is Ellen just wants some dick. And there's a scene where she's possessed. And her and Thomas are in a room having a discussion. We got to talk about this scene. And she's basically freaking out and having her little fits. But she basically tells him, you ain't never going to fuck me the way Orlok does.
Yeah.
And that was one of the funniest scenes. Because, like, Nicholas Hoult jumps on her, gives her the fucking 1-2-3 rabbit pump, and fucking proved her point. And I'm like, bro, I was like, this is so not hot.
But then she was like, let him see you.
Yeah, let him see you. And he's watching like, I ain't impressed. He's like, me and him had a hotter moment.
Yeah.
Too, bro. He's like, I fuck him better than he fucks you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, kiss me, kiss my heart.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
God. I was like, that's what I was like. Oh no! In this movie, some of this just didn't work.
I think I would have preferred Johnny Depp.
Real shit.
In that role, because I think he would have brought more to it. As Tonto from the Lone Ranger.
Real shit.
In that role, he would have brought more to it.
Oh my God. Oh shit.
As Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow, man. I would have took Jack Sparrow, Tonto.
I would have
taken the dude from Dead, what is it, Dead Man, the old Jarmusch Western. That character.
I would have taken the kid
from Hollow.
I would have taken the kid from Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yeah, right. Watching TV on his stomach. Yeah. I was like, literally got the TV on his stomach. I'm like, he falls through the bed. Sucked in the bed. But yeah, I was like, I just laughed at that scene because everyone was like, "Ooh, that scene was so intense and great." I was like,
"Was it,
bro?" I was like, "That scene was awful." I was like, it was not good. And everyone's like, "But look at the way her tongues move with the spit and the eyes." I'm like, bro,
what?
That's not. I'm like, if y'all think that's masterclass acting, what the fuck have y'all been watching?
Yeah, like, they've been watching reality shows.
They have. They're like, man, we've.
The only thing that I have to compare it to is the Kardashians.
Real shit.
So like, this is incredible.
She's so much better than Kim. It's like, yeah, okay.
Wow.
Because I'm like,
I just saw her film with Ray J. That's the only thing I've ever seen.
She's like, I mean, she's really selling it. Dude, hey, man, she got, bro.
Selling something.
Became a billionaire off that shit. Can't knock her. Can't knock her.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't knock her. But, so, Thomas is like, I'm going to kill that motherfucker. He's like, I'm going to get him. And he's like, Albin, let's get that motherfucker. He's
actually just jealous.
He is.
He's insecure. He's an insecure man.
Yeah, he's jealous. So he's like, let's go get him, bro. And Albin's like, yeah, let's get him. And Severs is like, yeah, let's do it. And Frederick is like, I'm down until his wife gets killed. She gets eaten by rats, which is pretty cool too. That was one of the cooler death scenes. I thought it was funny. I laughed at it. I did. I was like, I'm sorry. I don't care about any of these fucking characters. So if they die in a funny way, I'm going to laugh. I laughed at her. I laughed at his kids getting killed. Yes, guys, call me an asshole. I laughed at kids getting killed. It's fake. So I wouldn't laugh if this was real.
Yeah, it's not a documentary.
This, you know what I'm saying? It's the third remake, guys. You know, like we've done this a lot.
It might be the fourth.
Fourth, yeah, like we'll call it 3.5.
Yeah, because I think Salem's Lot might even be.
That's a similar type of thing, too.
Yeah, I think so. It's like the Stephen King version.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I actually want to watch that again. I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
Because I think the vampire in that is like the...
He looks very Nosferatu-y. Yeah, like he got that big old egg head with long ass teeth,
and the ears
and the bulgy eyes.
Yes,
yeah, he's all trippy looking. But I'm like, yeah, Dracula was much more attractive. Give me, what's his name?
Bela Lugosi?
Bela Lugosi, yeah. Give me that motherfucker any day.
You're like, Luca Brasi.
I was literally about to say that. I was about to say Luca
From The Godfather.
I was literally about to say
he was a vampire.
I literally was about to say that. That's funny.
Alfredo. He didn't know what the fuck's going on anyway.
Alfredo. So... yeah, so these motherfuckers, so the plague's taking over the town, and they're like, yo, we really do got to stop this dude and stop the plague, which they do have to do that. But none of them only one who knows what really got to be done is Alvin. Yeah. Because he's like, y'all think y'all going to run in with pitchforks and shit? And just, that's not how this is going to work. The only way it's going to work is if yo bitch fucks that motherfucker.
Yeah. And so, you got to cut the head off the snake.
Cut him off. Yep. Yeah. And he's like, they come to that realization. Frederick buries his family, and we get a great scene of Anya Taylor-Joy performing necrophilia.
Wait. Anya Taylor-Joy?
Fuck. I really keep fucking these names up, bro.
Aaron Taylor-Johnson.
Aaron Taylor.
Craven. Just keep calling him
Craven giving us a necrophilia display. I mean, he got the plague anyway. He was about to die. But
because he's like coughing up blood.
He's coughing up blood. His face was all fucked up.
Yeah,
but he does. When his kids die, he does give a nice little dramatic scene there. I thought he did some real good acting.
Yeah. You're right. His acting got better.
It got way better. Yeah, I was like, got way better. Like you said, when Alvin comes in, he gets better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he fucks his dead wife and he dies too. So he's gone.
Yeah. So Alvin's like, we got to burn it all.
We got to burn it all, and we got to fucking go and handle this situation. Well, Alvin's like, listen, Lily Rose, Ellen, Mina, you gotta fuck this dude, and that's pretty much it. He says some much more eloquent things, but I'm giving you the Dom version.
Yeah.
He said, fuck the dude or we're all doomed. That's the bottom line, the long and short of it. She's like, well, I don't want to fuck him. Well, he's too damn bad. So she's like, fuck, I gotta fuck him.
And then Orlok, isn't that when he's like, day 3 or night 3?
Night 3. You ready, bitch?
Yeah.
So, and honestly, the best scene in the film, I won't lie, I think this film ends beautifully. It's a beautiful ending to a shitty ride. But, you know, it's like you took this long car ride that sucked, but you got a really good meal at the end.
Yeah.
So it's like, was it worth it? I don't know. But Orlok comes through. Ellen's ready for him. Hey, she's got a cool dude. The whole framing of this scene is just masterclass filmmaking. The way it looks, the canopy bed with the windows, with the wind blowing in, dude. It just is sick. The gray background, like you said, it almost looks black and white.
Yeah.
But it's not. And that's just the insane use of lighting, whatever filters, whatever the fuck they did to make it look that way is sick. Orlok looks disgusting, though.
Yes.
And he's like basically decaying, and they start kissing, and I'm like, ooh, it's not
she's
sexy.
Like rubbing his back. And
it's
going
like
over all these
bones.
Is that scar tissue?
Scars,
yeah.
Ooh, and I'm like, ooh, it's not hot at all. And then they start fucking, and then he starts chewing her real, like, not sexy. Like, it sounds like a crunch. Like he was trying to like literally eat and swallow this woman. It was like, I was like, oh.
Basically, this is like the worst remake of The Crow I've ever seen.
I was like, oh.
Bill Skarsgård.
Yep, Billy Skars.
As Eric Draven.
Yep. And Billy Skars. But he did so good in this role.
Yeah, he did.
That voice. But hey, fuck, and he passes out on top of her. She passes out. He sucks her dry. She's dead. And the sun comes up. And now, the way the sun comes up, though, it ain't just sunrise. Bro, they slowly bring it up. And the sun slowly lights the entire town as the sun changes and fades the gray to color. And as the sun comes through the window, it fries Orlok and kills him.
And she like holds it.
In place because that was her true lover.
Yeah.
And even though she was resistant to him the entire film, and that's the only thing that bothers me about the end. The end feels so like, well, this ain't how it should have went because you didn't even like this guy.
And also, women are attracted to that character, Dracula or Orlok. You know, like for whatever reason. So yeah, having her resist him the entire film, it's like,
I'm like the whole time it wasn't once where it was like, and all that shit she's saying that was all her being possessed, you know, and it wasn't her. So I'm like,
that was him.
Yeah. It wasn't her saying that. So that's not how she felt. She was obsessed with Thomas, actually. I'm like, don't go. Oh, she was so fucking needy and clingy. I'm like, oh, bitch, let him go.
Well, she knew he would protect her. Because like you said, he's stronger than people give him credit.
Yeah, absolutely. I was like, he's tough.
That.
I was like, he's a tough dude. I'm like, because the fact that he survived, like the fact that he made it all the way back to tell you guys a story, it's insane. Like he probably should have died along the way. He lost everything going there and like, everything coming back. So he came back. He's all chewed up and
he just fell off that.
Yeah,
the horse is like, get the fuck off. He was like, me.
Peace. Like, get out of here. So that, and it ends with him being burnt, and the way they film it, it's almost like they got the flowers are like coming out of them and shit. It was real cool. I will say the final shot of that movie is brilliant. I think this is one of the best endings of 2024. I think it's up there with Challengers, and I think it's up there with a Nora's ending because I do love a Nora's ending.
The fade to credits, that was my favorite part.
When they fuck in the car. But no,
so you just like endings where people fuck.
I do like fucking endings. You know what I mean?
I like fucking endings.
I do. A lot of good endings end when people fuck, but they didn't fuck at the end of Challengers though. But that game of tennis was very erotic.
Okay.
It's a very homoerotic film. But
they are playing with balls.
They're playing with balls.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of sexual tension between those two men, trust me. They never got one of them needed to put in one of them's pooper. They needed to have it just happened just once. So they can get that out the way and they can go back to being friends.
You know what? It sounds crazy, but I never saw the film, but yeah.
Dude, you should watch. Oh my God, so good. I love Challengers. So good. Zendaya kills it, bro. She's a beast. Luca Guadagnino, he's a beast, bro. The director. Challengers, the fact it got shut out of the Oscars is crazy. I expected Challengers to be like in there for editing, score. The fact that was a big score. Challengers is the best score of the year. Editing, score, screenplay. I honestly thought it should be in Best Picture. I didn't think any of the actors would get nom, but I did think it would get a lot of below the line and a Best Picture nom because it was easily one of the best movies of the year. You ask anybody who's seen it, they'll tell you it's one of the best of the year. But that's how it ends. That's the movie. And I'm going to tell y'all, we laughed and joked and guys, not a lot happens in this for real. No, it's not a whole bunch that happens in a 2.25 long movie. Not a lot happens. It looks great. It's got good direction for the most part. It's got good acting for the most part. Incredible editing and cinematography, minus the pacing. Good makeup, costuming, set designs. Every below the line thing, it kills it on. I cannot lie. I was very impressed with that. And that's what keeps my interest every time I watch it. Like, I'm like, this world is great. I'm like, I would want to live in it, but I like viewing it. It's like Gotham, Gotham, love observing the world, would never fucking want to live there. Gotham,
not even if Zoe Kravitz is there?
No. This place looks shit, bro. Dude, they lock up all the criminals and Gotham is still the most crime-riddled place ever. I know. It's like there's so much. I feel like 9 times out of 10, you're a criminal if you live in Gotham.
Yeah, you have to be.
There's more criminals than regular people.
Yeah, it's like the White House.
Yeah. There's so many, like every day. First of all, Gotham's always gray.
Yeah, it is. And
rainy. I was like, it rains all the time.
Especially the Pattinson one.
Yeah, oh my God, the whole thing. I don't think you see the sun once in there. No. Like, you do see a little sun in Batman Begins, but like, dude, by The Dark Knight, it's gray.
Well, Batman Begins is different because even like, think about like the posters for Batman Begins. It's almost like
gold. It's
like dawn.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
but I mean, shit, it's gray. But this film looks good, man. It looks good. There's a lot to like and a lot not to like. But the shit not to like, I'm sorry, I think it outweighs the stuff to like because we're talking about a movie that's been redone a lot.
Yeah,
and it's not.
And did we need another remake?
We didn't need this. I don't think we did. I don't think we needed this, but this was Eggers' passion project.
I was going to say, it's almost like a vanity project.
He has been wanting, this is what he wanted to do first. He directed a version of this in high school for a stage play.
Really?
Yeah, this is his baby.
Wow.
So, and I'm glad it came out well for him. He made a lot of money. Most people love it. It did well with audiences. It did well with critics. It's getting some big awards attention. I'm happy for him because I think he's a very talented dude, and I think he deserves this. I'm happy for him. It's just all the people I like are getting flowers for shit I don't like that much. Like, and don't get me wrong with Honora. I love Honora. I do like Honora. Don't get me wrong there. I just don't think it's his best work, and I think he should have been got flowers. But that's a whole nother thing, and I don't even like having this conversation. It makes me angry. But as far as Eggers, I mean, he should have got his flowers for The Lighthouse, truthfully, if you want to be honest. But
with Defoe and Pattinson.
Beast mode, both of them. Masterclass of acting. They both kill it in there, and he kills it on the direction. So I'm happy for Eggers. I'm glad he got to do this finally, and he made it exactly how he wanted it. He got the budget, and it was a great return on investment for everybody involved. Lily Rose is going to get roles for this, and I'm happy for her because I do think she's talented. I just don't think this role was.
She just needs better roles.
She needs some better roles. Yeah.
To build up that
the resume. Yep. She's got to build the resume up. So, all right, let's get into some cats.
It's got to be tough though because you're
following Johnny Depp. You're following one of the best character actors of all maybe time. The best.
Yes.
Like him, Jim Carrey, like Robin Williams, like
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman, yeah. Like dudes like Christian Bale, or like, there's only a select few dudes that are in the category your dad is in. Yes. So you got big ass shoes to fill. Like Margaret Qualley right now, the girl from Substance.
Yeah.
She's blowing up. Her mom was never that big. So it's not like she's getting bigger. She'll be bigger than her mom ever was.
And look, I mentioned 4 Weddings and a Funeral earlier. Her mom was
she was looking.
And Green Card with Gerard Depardieu.
Dude, she was, oh gosh, she was so hot. She still is, but
she was in Hudson Hawk with
Brucey. Yeah. We might have to do that movie.
Dude, I love that.
Yeah, I like it too.
Danny Aiello.
Yeah, I love Danny Aiello. Yeah, one of the best Italian.
Sandra Bernhard.
Damn, that is a good cast. Yeah. Yeah. We gotta do Shortcuts soon too.
We do have to do that.
Dude, that's so good.
That's right.
Let's go. All right. MVP. I had 3.5.
I'm thinking Nicholas Hoult.
Yes.
Bill Skarsgård. Yeah. And the guy the doctor, your doctor.
I did like him. I didn't put him in MVP just because I didn't think he was in it enough.
Okay.
But I do love him, which I have him in best characters.
Is it?
I gave it Willem Dafoe.
Oh,
I gave Willem Dafoe. I'm giving him a half, and I'm giving Eggers the other half. So 3 total. Yeah. 0.5 Willem Dafoe, 0.5 Eggers. Okay. I'm going to give full points to Holt and Skarsgård.
You are right, because after Dafoe comes in, everyone else is acting.
Everyone's acting
except for maybe Lily Rose.
Yeah, she's about the same.
About the
same. Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of shaking and spitting and I'm like, y'all can all do this. I'm like, all of you, anyone under 50 can do this. I'm like, come on, under 60, shit.
And anyone over 50 or 60 just
wouldn't do it.
Don't take your meds, and then it'll happen.
And then it'll happen naturally, and then you'll be giving the best performance of all time. Yeah, I'm like, shit. Peak season. I mean, I guess it's
Lily Rose
for sure. I was like, definitely Lily Rose.
Is it Bill Skarsgård's best?
I would say this is not his peak season. That's it for sure.
Yeah.
I said Lily Rose and Robert Eggers.
Yeah.
Because this is his highest grossing film.
Oh yeah, and this was, like you said,
this is his baby. Project. This was he got. This came out exactly how he wanted it. Every scenario worked out how he wanted to with this movie. Yeah. So just because we're saying we don't like it, there was a whole other side of the world that would call us crazy.
Do you know the main reason I think I don't like it? I was talking with Felicia about it after I watched it, because I watched it this morning. And I said, I think I'm just tired of that trope of like the weird, crazy old guy manipulating everyone else.
Yeah. I'm
just tired of it in real life, and I'm tired of it in movies and TV shows.
It's like a weird trickster.
It honestly happens a lot. And that's really what Dracula is and was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe I'm just tired of it, because I was watching it like, I've seen this all before.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I never even looked at it that way, but you might be right. I'm sure people are fatigued. Like, all right, the weird old dude is running the show.
Yeah. Okay.
Enough of it. Yeah. Maybe that's why I like The Substance so much, because like we got to see like just a woman's perspective on certain things, Well, a lot of women movies this year I liked. All right, best quotes. Come to me. It's Ellen at the beginning.
Yeah.
Allow me to extend congratulations to your wife. She really is beautiful.
Oh, yeah. The Renfield.
Yeah, Renfield. Yep. I'm like, all right, guy. I'd be like, if another motherfucker calls my wife beautiful, I'm about to start slapping.
Yeah, how come no one ever calls me beautiful?
Right? That's like, look, I'm a prize too, fella.
Yeah, man. I'm a beast.
Yep, I'm a beast.
In the X-Men movies.
Yeah, real shit. Plays it well. He has one foot in the grave, so to speak.
Yeah, and during those scenes, I didn't realize that guy was going to be like the Renfield dude.
Yeah, me neither. I had no idea.
So
I was just saying he was a regular
about his
dude.
Age.
Yep.
But he's actually foreshadowing.
He's foreshadowing, yeah. I was like, oh, this is regular. And then when he became Renfield, I was like, that was decent work too, decent writing. He was a well-written character. Secure this account, and you will secure your official position in the firm. What was the count's name? Orlok. You mustn't leave. I love you too much.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. As I go through the Ellen quotes, it's probably going to make me hate the character more. I'm just like, well, she was not good. I don't care what nobody says.
Well, see, I wonder now, thinking about it, if she wasn't good because all her lines are probably typical of a woman of that time period.
Yes. I think they were.
So it's almost stereotyping.
So it's like very surface level. And like goofy and like pick me, which I don't love.
Yeah.
Papa, don't let him feed me to the monster. Frederick's fucking kids. I was like, okay.
All right, we got to take these assholes upstairs.
Yep. He was basically, all right, get him out. I'm singing him. I wish you to do as I request.
When Thomas is there.
It took you a while because I said it so slow.
You said it in exactly the meter that he did.
Yes, I just wanted y'all to get a feel for how slow. I might have been speaking fast for him, low key. He was speaking so damn slow.
He was. Oh my god!
That's what I'm like. As I do the shitty accents with him, it's like you get it.
The weird thing is though, like he did do a great job, at least with
the voice was right.
Like whatever colloquial accent he had for whatever I guess was supposed to be Transylvania.
I think they said he worked with some opera singers or something to get his voice right. Yeah,
he did an amazing.
He did. I'm like
it's voice just you want to slit your wrist by the time he's done saying the sentence.
I'm like, come on, what? You want to suck my blood? Okay. I'm like,
blood. Okay, it looks like you want to suck something else.
Yeah.
Drink. Oh yeah.
Now I look forward to retiring to your city. I'm speaking fast for him.
You are actually, yeah. Because that would have been like 10 minutes.
Yeah. So I was like, man, that's
sentence.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then he's cutting the bread and he cuts his finger. Yeah. It's not as good as the Gary Oldman.
The Gary Oldman with the razor and he licks the blade. It's so funny. I was like, this motherfucker, bro. You are not truly present or alive. You are at the will of another, like a dog. I was like, my heart is lost without my Thomas. Right? I'm like, Jesus Christ.
She just has like shitty things to say.
Yeah,
they didn't give her anything really.
They didn't give her nothing to tromp on.
No,
I'm like, man, you are fortunate in your love. Anytime I talk like that, guys, you know it's Orlok.
Oh yeah, that's after he sees the locket, right?
Yeah. It is late. You must wish to retire. I have been enduring the most irregular dreams.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because he says he wants to leave.
He wants to leave. He's like, I would like to leave right fucking now.
Yeah.
Dude, Nicholas Hoult was good in this, man. I felt his fear. I felt his fear. I felt him way more than I felt Lily, man. Way more.
And when he was like sweating,
dude, he was. That's why I was like, my God. I was like, and the way he shook, it was so natural. Like he's come a long way.
Yeah.
You will remain and rest yourself. This is a modern hospital, not a prison. He killed 3 sheep with his bare hands. And he was eating them raw. Raw. Yo, I was cracking up at that. That whole scene is funny though. I won't lie. Like, and I don't know if it's supposed to be funny. I would love to ask Eggers, like, when you shot that, did you laugh? He's probably like, no, I had a fucking straight face. I was very. I'm like, oh, okay. I have no one. I am his servant. His lordship likes the pretty ones best. Guy eats bird's head. My good fellow.
Yeah.
Why did you do that? And the blood squirts out. He is coming. Who? Who is? He seeks after Ellen. I know it. Nelson Thomas finally got back.
Oh, yeah.
A dear friend of yours has some rare ailment. A house guest of his, a young woman. She cannot be clouded. Step away, step away. She is no longer here.
Oh, yeah.
I must impress upon you that this child is not with us. Well, she feels nothing. She convenes now with another realm. Speak now, what you see? Can't you see that she is cursed? No, I mean a demon. This remarkable child that it's engraved itself to is in deep peril. No more ether. She will rave all night. Then rave she must.
Yeah, he was.
He was very so animated.
Yes,
like,
he was. Yes.
I love the dude so much.
Yeah.
I was into it. I love the dude that much. She must willingly repledge her vows. Oh, I fucked up. Wrong voice. Oh, I skipped one too. Sorry, guys. I got a little too excited. His lordship, he has come. She must willingly repledge her vows. So yes, he says that's when he talks about how he can't kill Thomas. She's got to pick him.
Yeah.
Where's your lunatic? You must take me to him presently. This is no mere plague. Like every plague, it seeks to consume all life on earth. Don't tell me you believe in such medieval devilry. I felt you crawling like a serpent in my body. Love is inferior to you. You are not of humankind. Says it much slower.
Yes. But he's talking to her.
He's talking to her. Yeah, that's when he breaks in the... For a sack of gold. That was what he says, basically. He was about to sell you for some gold. Yeah. I cut a lot of his quotes down because they take me far too long to get through. You are a deceiver. You deceive yourself. Why do you hate me? Know your place. That whole scene is so bad, bro. I'm like, God. I have done everything in my power to be kind to you in these long months. I was like, bro, I feel you, bro. This bitch been driving you crazy ever since she got here. I'm like,
poor Frederick,
right? I'm like, yo, you've literally been a plague.
Friedrich.
It's Friedrich. Actually. You're right, Friedrich. Like, you've been a plague on me, my family, my kids, ever since this motherfucker dropped you off.
He's like, I lost everything.
He literally lost everything. Like, for real. We are all going to die. God, that was some of her worst acting in the movie, that part. I don't know. I've never encountered Nosferatu firsthand. Don't you see there is a bloody real plague, gentlemen? Nothing you can say can shake me because there is a devil in this world and I have met him. I was like, oh, that was some good Nicholas Hoult right there. Yeah. He is my shame. He is my melancholy. Right, dude, right? Yeah. As I read these, it's actually like, God, it's pretty bad.
Terrible.
Don't touch me. I am not to be touched. I literally started laughing so hard. I was like, this is bad, bro. I'm sitting here like, there is no way this is the same movie everyone's raving about. I was literally like, this can't be. He told me how foolish you were, how fearful. He told me how you sold me to him for gold. You can never please me as he does. Kiss me. Kiss my heart. Oh. Her swimming sacrifice broke the curse and freed them from Nosferatu. You must know evil to be able to destroy it. Only you have the faculty to redeem us. And that's what Alvin says to her. You are our salvation. It's basically him buttering her up. Like, you gotta go fuck this nigga and take one for the team. You gotta take one for the team, brother. Yeah. Yep.
or we're all gonna die.
Yep.
Yeah.
I should have been the prince of rats. And that's what they say to Renfield before they kill him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah, because he was going to be like the governor of Paris or something.
Yeah.
Or the mayor of Paris.
Whatever he was going to do.
Yeah, that's what he said. Something like that.
That's what in his head he thought that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, that's all I got for quotes because I didn't really, the rest of it is kind of quiet.
Yeah, you did. Look, man, I could barely pay attention. But when you were doing the quotes, I knew what scenes they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
you know what scenes are from.
Yeah, but it's like, oh my God.
And then when you hear me actually spell them out, it's like, that was a line in that fucking movie, yo.
Yeah.
Don't touch me. I am not to be touched. I was like, oh my God. And I was like, stop, bro.
Someday this film is going to be on like Mystery Science Theater 3000, and they're going to be making fun.
They're going to be like, yo, at the time.
And they're going to be like, these two guys were right.
They were right? They're going to refer to us. Like, we might be dead, but we'll get our credit then.
Yeah.
All right, what's aged the best?
I mean, obviously, we were talking the cinematography,
editing, score, costumes, and set design.
And honestly, most of the acting.
Most of it, yeah.
95%.
We that's to be determined. We'll look back in 5 years and see how the acting holds up.
Like the leads, excuse me, we said
Nicholas Hoult and Skarsgård without question, and Defoe without question. They're gonna.
So 75%
will study Skarsgård's performance here.
Oh yeah,
for future roles. Like we will see that for sure.
It might influence future vampire films.
It will because it did well too. So people are like, well, this worked. So of course, let's age the works. I only have one thing right now.
Is it Lily Rose Depp's performance?
No.
Oh, okay.
I had Orlok's pacing of speech. that instantly is aged worse. Lily Rose Depp's performance, I'm going to right now impromptu add it to this list. Yes, Lily Rose has aged the worst. Sorry.
Now, in defense of Orlok's speech, he did say at one point, I think that contract that he wrote out, he said it was in the language of his ancestors.
He did say that.
So maybe
English it's a second language.
Yeah, like a 12th language.
A 12th language, right?
So maybe that's why he speaks so slow.
Like, I just learned English 400 years ago.
He's like, I invented English.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, you learned English like my ancestors were on the plantation. Like shit. All right, all right, rewatchable scenes.
Well,
my first one is about 30 minutes in. When Thomas gets to Orlok.
yeah, basically.
That's when
because when he enters that place, that's incredible.
When it starts getting wild.
Yeah.
I said when Thomas awakens the count, he jumps out the fucking coffin with his dick out.
Yeah.
When Nock eats the bird's head.
Yeah.
When the count is on the ship.
Yeah.
When Albin assesses Ellen's mental state. When the rats take over the city and the plague comes.
Is that when he comes in? He's like, untie her.
Yep, untie her. Yep.
Yeah.
When the count visits Ellen when she's sleeping with Anna. When he finally fucks her. When Thomas finally fucks her, excuse me.
Yeah. When
Frederick's kids get murdered.
Yeah.
When Frederick bangs his dead wife.
Oh, yeah.
When they
kissing her.
He's give me this pussy one last time.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I like it dry.
Honestly. All right, I'll move it on.
Look, hey, I'm just saying.
He spit on it. He spit on it. Yep. All right. Everyone just threw up. All right, let's go.
But it's as if they're on the ship.
Yep. Basically, it's better than the plague.
Yeah.
When they kill Nock, and then when she fucks the count, the final scene.
Oh yeah, because when the sun rises.
It's when the sun rises.
Yeah. Yeah, because he came and went.
Yeah. He came in like a wrecking ball. He was on his Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
And he faded out.
Yeah, because like what they do, like that body that they have that's on top of her at the end, you could tell like what
he was ready to die.
But also like what the sun did to him.
Oh yeah. Cooked his ass,
bro.
He was ready to die too. He was like 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 years, too long. All right, best characters.
Thomas.
Yep.
Albin.
Yep.
Your doctor guy, I have to say now.
Yep, Dr. Severs.
Yeah. And the Count.
The Count.
Yeah.
Yep, that's who I got. All of them four. Worst characters.
Ellen.
Anna.
Yeah, that's Friedrich's wife.
Yep,
right? Yeah.
Anna. She needs a husband.
Yeah, and the daughters.
The daughters.
Yeah.
Friedrich.
Yeah.
I'm like, I liked him at the end, but I still think he was a shitty character.
He was. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, and the Count. He's an asshole.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a dick.
Yeah, he's both.
He's best characters because he played it so well, but he's an asshole.
A shitty character.
Yeah, like he's a dickhead. Nitpicks. I had a couple.
Okay.
why does Aaron Taylor's British accent sound fake? At first it does. I'm like, why does it sound? I'm like, you sound like an American pretending to be British. You're British.
Maybe he watched Keanu Reeves and Bram Stoker's Dracula first.
He was like, you know what? This is a great performance.
Yes.
No one said it was bad. So I decided to.
This is a classic for the ages.
Yeah, bro. He's like, this is one of the best. I had Wide Orlok have a mustache and a prosthetic penis.
Yes, that's true.
Didn't need that. Orlok's voice. I said Orlok's voice, despite me liking the performance.
Yes, I understand.
That is nitpick.
My main nitpick is... I'm sorry, go ahead. You were going to continue.
No. I was just thinking in my head, like, God, that voice. This pace.
My main nitpick, after it was over, I sat there and I actually watched the credits because I kept thinking, like, why did I just watch this?
Yo.
When I've seen it so many times before.
I told you when I first watched it, I was like, dude, it's Bram Stoker's, but like... on medication, like it's Bram Stoker's on Adderall. I'm like recasting couch.
All right,
Ellen. I want Anya Taylor.
Is that what you went with?
Yeah, or Mia Goth.
I went with, believe it or not, Jenna Coleman. She's a British actress.
I've seen her before.
Yeah.
I don't remember what's she in. Because I'm trying to think what I've seen. I know I've seen that.
She was in like the Sandman TV show. She was in Doctor Who. She was in a show about Queen Victoria. Like, but she's British.
Yeah, she looks familiar. So might as well get.
But she kind of has that look.
Yeah, her look is there for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I've never seen her work, but
she's actually really good.
All right, probably. I mean, can she be worse?
No.
For Orlok, I was like, it doesn't. You can get anyone because his age doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like he just has to have the vibe that you're looking for. I had two dudes that are both older than Skarsgård.
Yeah, I have one who's older.
Who you got?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
I like him. I like that.
Yeah,
my two dudes are kind of along that line of that kind of guy. Did you have somebody else?
No, just him.
I had Christian Bale and Michael Fassbender.
Oh shit! They'd both be all three.
All three. That's what I was like. They they're all got the height. They're all tall.
But you know what? Thinking of Christian Bale in Love and Thunder, because we were talking about that last week.
That's why I thought of him.
You know what? He'd be perfect.
He would.
Because he would bring everything.
He would bring everything. Yeah, I was like, he'd bring the kitchen sink to it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he would definitely bring it.
I was thinking of like Cumberbatch just because of his voice,
dude. His voice
and how
good.
he could
he's got the. He's good, man.
Yeah.
Especially like you gotta watch Henry Sugar.
Oh, yeah, I do, yeah.
He is so good in there. I was like, Benny. And in Power of the Dog, too. I was like, I didn't know you were this good, bro. I'm like, I did not. I'm like, obviously, you're great as Doc Strange.
Yeah.
It's a hero film, though.
Yeah.
And he's good in The Imitation Game. But, man, when I saw him in Henry Sugar and Power of the Dog, I was like, okay, this motherfucker's for real. And Book of Clarence.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
That's right. Clarence. Yep. We do have to do that movie.
We do.
Oh, God.
We'll do that for like some, like, Easter. What's the next? Yeah, Easter. I was like, what's the next religious holiday?
Yeah, Easter.
Yeah, we'll do that. All right. Any of them three I'm fine with.
Honestly, I think Christian Bale will be perfect.
All right, Bale it is. Frederic, who'd you have?
Believe it or not, I put Andrew Scott.
Oh, I love Andrew Scott.
Yeah.
He would be good, the gay guy.
Yeah.
He's oh my God. He's in a movie called All of Us Strangers.
Yeah. That's the guy. Yeah.
Lying, bro. I was like, oh my Lord.
He was like the hot priest in the show Fleabag.
Yes, I've seen that. I didn't see the show, but I saw that he was in that.
And he was Moriarty to Cumberbatch's Sherlock in Sherlock.
He was. Yeah. He would be good.
He's
I like
an amazing actor.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
Everything I've seen him in, I liked him in.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking.
I actually like him more than you have, actually, because I never thought about it.
I went with like all British actors.
Yeah, you went with British, and I'm like, I kind of like that vibe, might as well. I went with Austin Butler.
You're an Austin Butler fan.
I'm an Austin Butler fan.
Yeah.
He's a handsome guy. Aaron Taylor's a handsome dude. I keep calling him the fucker Anya. He's a handsome dude, so I thought about that. But I like Andrew Scott. We'll go with him. Thomas.
Will Poulter.
Why do I know him?
He was he was Adam Warlock in Guardians Volume 3. He was in We're the Millers.
Yep. Oh,
But think of him now.
I'm like, he is kind of like hot now. Yeah. I'm like not nerd version.
No. But like Will Poulter now.
He could work. I just don't know. He's a redhead though.
Just dye his hair, man, because he had blonde or gold hair in Guardians.
Yeah. I do like him in Guardians.
Yeah.
I like him. If you want to, he's British, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like him. Did all British people. Right.
I went with Chalamet.
Except for the director. Mm-hmm. See, at first I had Tom Holland.
See,
I'm like, he might be too short.
Too small. That's why I was like, he's too small. I was like, Chalamet has the vibe.
They'd have to redo the camera angle.
Yeah, because I'm like, Nicholas Holt's probably like 6'2" or 3.
I think he's 6'3" or 4.
Yeah, I'm like, he's a big ass dude. So like, I'm like, Tom Holland, I did think of him like he's too short. And I'm like, he's too soft for me. I'm like, Nicholas Holt's harder than people understand in this film. Or maybe they do get it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I thought Chalamet would do good. But we can go with your boy. Keep it British. For Albin, I went with a relative of Orlok. I went with Stellan Skarsgård.
Oh, the older...
Mm-hmm, his dad.
Yeah, you know what? That's interesting. I went with Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen.
Yeah.
What's he in?
Hold on. I'll get a picture of him. You'll recognize.
Because, like, Stellan, he's not British. He's Swedish, though. And so I'm like, he could, he already got a little weird accent going on.
That's Michael Sheen.
Oh yeah, I know this guy.
Yeah.
Hey, he'd be good too.
Yeah, I was thinking age appropriate.
He got his looks already kind of there.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have to do too much to him.
And everything I've seen him in, he's been great.
That could work too.
Yeah,
either of them dudes would be good. I was just like some old trippy dude. That'd be fun. I thought for Ellen too, I was thinking maybe like a Jenna Ortega or somebody.
I thought of that too because I kept thinking of Winona Ryder.
Yeah. I was like maybe a Jenna or something.
Skarsgård. He might steal the show.
He could. I was like,
that's the thing. Because like even the first Thor movie, he was the best actor in that film.
Other than fucking movie,
but only because Anthony Hopkins was barely in it.
I love Stellan in that film.
Yeah,
when they get fucking drunk, that's one of my
favorite he was incredible in that movie.
He's great.
He was even good in like Mamma Mia.
Mm-hmm. Dude, he's great in fucking Pirates, dude.
Really?
He's Bootstrap Bill.
Okay.
Yo, he kills it.
And Good Will Hunting. That's the first thing I ever.
Yeah, that is one of his like early like American movies. Yeah, he was working with Lars von Trier like in the early '90s, and he's always good in those movies. He's incredible, man. He's done a lot of work. Director.
Who did you have?
I went with Ari Aster, who did Hereditary, Midsommar, and Boss Afraid.
I went with James Wan because I would want him to go back to the like Conjuring kind of style.
I like that actually.
I think that bare bones
got a similar look and feel to it.
Yeah, like that retro, like almost like 70s.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And like that's actually a good pick.
And he could probably do it on a lower budget.
He could. Yeah, because I think this was like 35 or 40 mil. He could probably do it for 20.
Yeah. And still get the same kind of atmosphere.
Well, if you get all these British guys spending a lot less on actors too.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Christian Bale's gonna be the most expensive out of all of them. So
actually he might just be 20 mil.
Yeah. I'm like they're like all the budget went to Bale.
Yeah. That's why we're wearing cardboard costumes.
I like James Wan. We can do that. Right? It's like, yo, my grandma made all the fucking dresses.
Because think about what he was able to do with like The Conjuring 2, and Insidious.
Mm-hmm.
And Insidious 2.
Yeah.
Like what he was able to do with those.
And those are way scarier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, The Conjuring is way scarier than Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Both of them, 1 and 2. 2. I just watched 2 like a year ago. Shit's fire.
And just have Lee Wannell, the guy who like wrote them with him, like do the script. So they, because I think they do separate stuff now. Because James Wan, after Aquaman, and he did that one Fast and Furious movie, I think 7 he directed,
which is one of the best ones.
And that like propelled him into the stratosphere.
That was $1 billion movie.
Yeah, so it was like
help from Paul Walker dying.
Yeah,
it blew the film up. So.
Yeah.
All right, don't answer your questions.
Why did they remake this movie?
Yo, I was like, did we need this?
Yeah.
I was like,
because honestly, they killed Orlok off at the end. So what was the fucking point of having the movie?
Yeah, I'm like, do we need this?
Yeah,
I'm like, we didn't. I don't think we did.
No.
I'm not mad it's out. I'm glad it has its audience, and I'm glad that audience got a great film that they like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It may not be like we're waiting on Spider-Man. Y'all was waiting on Nosferatu. We were waiting on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I was waiting on this shit too. I was like, this is about to be the Nosferatu movie for me. And yet again, I'm wrong. So in like 30 years, when I'm much older and they make this again, I'm going to fucking go in very, very hopeless. So.
You'd be like, damn it.
prop you want from the movie? Warlock's penis?
Ask Nicholas Hoult for the penis.
Yeah, was I asking where the stash?
The mustache, yeah. Like, and you can give free mustache rides.
I could give free mustache rides. Prop I wanted from the movie. I went with Aaron Taylor's wardrobe.
Yeah,
he had the fresh gear, bro. I was like, he was.
Well, he was a dude with the money.
He had money. Yeah, I was like, he was fresh. Had the fresh long cigars.
Yeah,
dude's hair was looking. I'm like, he's looking fresh, man. I can't even lie. All right, we gotta grade it, man.
Can I give it like a B-? You
can give it whatever you want.
Because I'm thinking like maybe like an 83, 82.
That's so kind of you. Yeah. I'm not going that high.
Really?
I am not.
Wow.
This movie's too unenjoyable for me to give it a B-.
Wow.
I'm going to give it a 73.
Wow.
C-.
Wow.
I would say if you wanted, I would call it a matinee, but definitely not a full pricer.
I understand what you're saying. Wow.
I'm gonna be honest. Just like you, I can't give a movie a B that I was just waiting for it to be over. Where I was just like, bro, I can't wait till this. I'm like, and I knew, and I've seen it twice before. So watching this time, I'm like, here it comes, about to be a slog for 45 minutes. And I'm just sitting here writing down quotes, laughing at the goofiness.
Well, see, I love the, like we said, the cinematography, the lighting.
Yeah, there was cool shit. It ain't enough to save it, though. Like, for me, that's not enough for I'm like, I'm going to go watch Nosferatu for fun.
Yeah.
Tell you right now, if we weren't covering this now, the last time I saw it would have been the last time I watched it. By choice.
I'm sorry. No. I didn't know what to expect.
No, remember, I was like, we should do it.
Yeah.
Because this movie, there's like, people love it. But there's a lot of people that agree with us. I've seen a lot of guys I like to watch that did not like this film either.
Yeah.
But then I seen some people I do like to watch that were like, I cried. It was so good. I was like, okay.
I cried because I watched
it. Yeah. I cried when it was over because I was so fucking happy.
Wait, do people actually think it's like a romance?
Yes. Oh my Lord.
Are you kidding me?
It was such a sweet film. And this, I'm like, yeah, okay.
These are the same people that like that shit I had to read.
Yeah. You were probably like, whoo.
Yeah.
And that was over. You were probably like, thank God. Oh. So what we next week?
Are we still doing like an Oscar?
We gotta have I'm like, should we make some predictions or should we react to the winners?
Wait, when are the Oscars?
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday. So we'll have like one more episode and then the Oscars.
The Oscars, yeah.
We'll record an episode, I should say, and then the Oscars, and then we can react.
Should we do another Oscar-nominated film?
Yeah, what?
There is Nickel Boys I haven't seen. That's supposed to be really good.
Yeah, do you want to do that one?
We could do Nickel Boys or...
The Brutalist, right? I know you love The Brutalist.
Incredible. I love that film.
I know you love it.
I still want that to win Best Picture.
Which one do you want to do?
It don't matter. We can do... It's like... I haven't seen Nickel Boys.
If you haven't seen Nickel Boys, we should probably do that.
Let's do Nick's.
Okay.
I've seen everything else.
And then we'll do a reaction after the Oscars, and then we'll start.
Whatever we said was going to be. Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
I was like, Scott Pilgrim.
We were talking about Michael Cera earlier.
Yep, we were.
Unless you want to do Lego Batman first.
We can do either or.
Yeah.
We can do them back to back, have fun times, because, doing Nosferatu and Nickel Boys, two serious movies, definitely do some fun shit. So
since you just watched Lego Batman and you loved it.
Love it. So funny. Yeah. So funny, bro. Like, Robin, man. He was good. He was good. He was like, I even made a song. Fly, Robin, fly. I was like, this guy. He's like the Midwestern bird that's just, that's what he wants. So funny, bro. But all right, guys. I am Dom.
I am Jamie.
And it's Cutter and Floor.